Light is Britain's far-right conspiracy theory paper spreading hate and vicious lies. No, that's what the BBC say. The Light is the only national newspaper bringing you the real news and informed opinion on what's really going on today. You can subscribe, order copies, submit articles, and read back issues on our website, thelightpaper.co.uk, and see for yourself why the establishment are so worried about the uncensored truth getting out to people every month. The Light Paper. Not far right, just right so far. thelightpaper.co.uk.
Scene script. Have you ever pondered the idea of financial independence and early retirement? The notion of not having to clock in at 9 or wrestle with the daily grind? Imagine a life where you're not shackled by financial obligations or a demanding job. It's not an impossible dream, but a reality for those who embrace the FIRE movement. That's financial independence, retire early. Consider the tale of Jane, a woman in her early 30s. Jane was an ordinary person living an ordinary life. She had a 9-to-5 job, a mortgage, car payments, and a lifestyle that was comfortable but hardly extravagant. And like most people, she dreamed of a life where she didn't have to worry about money. Jane decided to make a change. She began by cutting back on non-essential expenses, saving as much of her income as possible. She invested wisely, focusing on assets that generated passive income that didn't require her to trade time for money. Slowly but surely, Jane began to build her financial independence. She was still working, but she was no longer living paycheck to paycheck. She had a safety net, a cushion that gave her the freedom to make choices based on what she wanted, not what she needed. Fast forward 10 years, Jane, now in her early 40s, had achieved her goal. She was financially independent. She had enough passive income to cover her living expenses, and she no longer needed to work to survive. She was free to retire early, to spend her time as she pleased. Jane's story may seem extraordinary, but it's not unique. It's the story of anyone who has embraced the principles of the FIRE movement. It's a tale of discipline, of sacrifice, and of a relentless pursuit of financial independence. To summarize, the key points discussed today revolve around the idea of financial independence and early retirement. It requires discipline and sacrifice, cutting back on non-essential expenses and saving as much as possible. It involves investing wisely, focusing on assets that generate passive income. But most importantly, it requires a change in mindset. It's about seeing money not as a means to buy things, but as a tool to buy freedom. It's about understanding the true value of time and the freedom that comes with not having to trade it for money. This is the essence of the FIRE movement. It's not just about retiring early, it's about achieving financial independence, about gaining the freedom to live life on your own terms. Like Jane, you too can embrace the principles of the FIRE movement and embark on a journey towards financial independence and early retirement. After all, the only thing standing between you and your financial freedom is you.
Ever wondered how much you'd need to save to achieve financial independence? The answer lies within the mathematics of a concept known as FIRE, which stands for Financial Independence, Retire Early. The most essential number in your journey to financial independence is calculated by multiplying your annual spend by 25. Notice the emphasis on annual spend, not annual income. This calculation is based on the principle that you need £300 invested for every pound you wish to spend each month in passive income. Hence, your FIRE number is also your monthly spend times 300. This mathematical principle is founded on the 4% safe withdrawal rate, as defined by financial advisor William Bengen. He proposed this rate after analyzing the S&P 500, which typically produces an average of better than 10% growth per year when studied over a period of approximately 30 years. Bengen considered factors such as inflation and market volatility. After studying previous market activity, he concluded that a 4% rate of withdrawal per year would provide for a 30-year sustainable portfolio in the vast majority of cases. So to paint a clearer picture, if your monthly spend is £1,000, then your target for financial independence is 300 times 1,000, or £300,000. Alternatively, if your annual spend is £12,000, your financial independence target is 25 times 12,000, which also equates to £300,000. The first step in planning your financial independence, therefore, lies in understanding your monthly and yearly expenditure. Without this knowledge, it is impossible to take further strides towards your financial freedom. In summary, the mathematics of FIRE revolves around the principle of multiplying your annual spend by 25 or your monthly spend by 300 based on the 4% safe withdrawal rate. Knowing your monthly and annual spend is crucial in determining the amount you need to save to achieve financial independence. Armed with this knowledge, you can then plan your journey towards financial freedom. Remember, the journey to financial independence is not a sprint, but a marathon. Embrace the mathematics of FIRE and take the first step towards your financial independence today.
Good afternoon, folks. It is 3:32 on Wednesday, the 7th of May 2025. That means there are 3 years and 5 weeks completed of this roughly 8-year financial independence journey. And I'm just actually having a look at this and trying to make sense of the difference here, but I think I've got it now. So just taking a quick look at where the market is at today, roughly an hour before close. Current price sitting at 79.90. Very little change today. Virtually no change, in fact, just down 0.04%. And if we zoom in a little bit closer, you can see that we do have some green shoots after all the uncertainty and the drop, really caused mainly by Trump's announcement on tariffs. So looking at the portfolio, we have 273 shares. They're currently worth 21,800, and the current return on investment sitting around 13.2%. Current average purchase price £70.58, and in terms of the other figures there, you can see that in as regards the 52-week range, we're still on the lower half of the scale, but I think it's probably approaching the midpoint compared to where it was a week or two ago. Let's have a wee look at the notifications, but before we do that, let me draw your attention to Monzo.
I want a bank that makes money easy.
That sounds perfectly reasonable.
And you are?
We're a bank called Monzo.
Oh.
I want a bank that shows me what I spend instantly.
No problem, just give us a go. See?
Can you make splitting bills easy?
Super easy, check this out.
But it's a real faff to sign up.
It takes less than 10 minutes.
Race you.
You're on.
Can I talk to a real person 24/7?
Of course.
Even now?
Yep.
Even now?
Anytime.
Can you tell me when I'm running a little low on cash?
We certainly can.
Cool. Can I afford these?
You certainly can't, sorry. Can't afford that either.
That's a real shame.
Not really. Time's up, how'd you get on?
It's a draw. Can you help me save for my next holiday?
Oh, how about you set up a savings pot in the Monzo app called Barbados, baby?
Thanks for listening, Monzo.
We're all ears.
We can go now.
Rude. You make Monzo Monzo.
Okay, so check the description for the video for affiliate links for Monzo and Smarty Mobile, and you could save yourself some money. You could even get a gift, I think, off Smarty Mobile. Let's have a look at the notifications. Upstart UPST plunges 13% with narrowing margins and tepid guidance sparks sell-off. Walt Disney surges 10% on strong quarter and plans for Abu Dhabi theme park and resort. Novo Nordisk up 5% on Wegovy sales momentum as copycat drugs phase out. Him and Hers up 17% after a strong Q1 sales beat. Then you've got biggest stocks before earnings, Advanced Micro Devices. I think that's also more commonly referred to as AMD. That would be a processor manufacturer, often seen as an alternative to Intel, if I'm correct. Walt Disney, Super Micro Computer, Uber Technologies, Novo Nordisk. DoorDash down 7% on soft Q1 revenue and investor caution over Deliveroo and 7 Rooms deals. Palantir down 8% despite solid Q1 report as future defence spending clouds sentiment. Hugo Boss up 6% following strong Q1 results and reaffirmed annual guidance. Again, more biggest stocks before earnings. Palantir, Realty Income, Duke Energy, Ferrari, Him and Hers Health. Tesla down 4% as European sales decline amid growing Chinese EV competition. Netflix down 5% after Trump announces a 100% tariff on foreign produced films. Berkshire Hathaway slips 2.7% as Warren Buffett plans to step down as CEO. And then we've got notification there about holidays, but those will be pretty much over by now. The only one still relevant there is the 19th of May. The Toronto Stock Exchange will be closed due to Victoria Day. So there you go. Let's go ahead and put in our weekly investment. If you follow the channel regularly, you'll know that each week I invest £120 worth of the theoretical portfolio. This is the practice platform on Trading 212, and I always buy the Vanguard S&P 500 exchange traded fund. At current prices, it's expected we'll be buying near enough exactly 1.5 shares. Let's send it through. That has executed, and we got just pretty much the exact figure predicted, 1.5 shares there. Purchase price $79.93. The average purchase price will have increased very slightly. I've forgotten what it was a little second ago, but it is now £70.63, and that brings our portfolio up to 275 shares, worth near enough 22,000. Yeah, look, the market is doing what the market does. It is creeping back slowly after the announcements about tariffs. It's interesting to note that Netflix has been affected by this announcement on foreign produced films. I think maybe they do have some studios elsewhere around the world than in the US, and no doubt that has played a part in it. It'll certainly not help them. That's pretty much it for today. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I normally do, but at the moment there's nothing coming to mind. We have had a look at the current situation We have had a look at the notifications. We've seen that there's affiliate links in the description for the video, and obviously you've seen the Monzo ad there, and we've done our weekly investment. So with that said, guys, thank you for watching today. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, and if you're interested in following the journey, why not subscribe to the channel, and I will be back next week with more. If you particularly like this one, why not give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.